Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. We'll chant Om once together. Synchronize the chanting of Om with your exhalation. Breathe in. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vitvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gently open your eyes. We'll chant from verses 16 to 20 of chapter 3. Evam pravartitam chakram
Evam pravartitam chakram
Nanuvartayati hayah
Nanuvartayati hayah
Aghayurindriya ramah
Aghayurindriya ramah
Mogham partha sajivati
Mogham partha sajivati
Yastvat maratireva syad
Yastvat maratireva syad
Atmatriptascha manavah
Atmatriptascha manavah
Atmanyeva cha santushtah
Atmanyeva cha santushtah
Tasya karyam na vidyate
Tasya karyam na vidyate
Naiva tasya krite narthah
Naiva tasya krite narthah
Na krite neha kaschana
Na krite neha kaschana
Na chasya sarva bhuteshu
Na chasya sarva bhuteshu
Kaschidarthavyapashrayah
Kaschidarthavyapashrayah
Tasmadasaktah satatam
Tasmadasaktah satatam
Karyam karma samachara
Karyam karma samachara
Asakto hyacharan karma
Asakto hyacharan karma
Paramapnoti purushah
Paramapnoti यमवाप्नोति पूरुषः
कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिम्
कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिम्
आस्थिता जनकादयः
आस्थिता जनकादयः
लोकसङ्ग्रहमेवापि
लोकसङ्ग्रहमेवापि
सम्पश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि
सम्पश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि
Hari Om, and a very good day to all of you. So in the last few sessions, we have been studying this powerful principle of chakra, the wheel, the circle, the cycle, which actually governs this entire world. It actually governs your life. Everything in your life happens in cycles. Everything in the world happens in the form of chakra only. So that is why our yogis have always cautioned us, before you do anything, you should see what the consequences are. Not in a linear way, but how it will come back to you. That is very important. One is a physical action, the other is the speech, what you speak, how you speak, whether you're kind or whether you're constantly harsh, rude, all these things you have to see. Then what kind of emotions you generate, what kind of thoughts you have, because all these things are actions at different levels. See, if you take the word karma, even with the meaning merely as action, it is not restricted just to physical action. Speech is same action at a subtler level. If you take your emotions, we can classify your emotions as emotional actions. Similarly, thoughts, action at the thought level. So every time you're acting, every time you're speaking, every time you're feeling, every time you're thinking, you're actually setting a wheel in motion. So whatever you are giving out will come back to you. It will come back to you with greater force. This is a fundamental principle of life. Actually, the law of karma is based on this only, the cause effect. What do they mean? When there is a cause, there will be an effect. So whatever you give, that will come back to you. So when we don't know that when we don't know the exact cause for whatever effect which we are experiencing today, then we get confused. You may have done some action, let us say 30 years back. Maybe action means that's what, not merely physical action. Physical action, speech, emotion or thought. Now that may come back to you today, the effect, as an effect. Maybe positive, it may be negative. We are not even getting into that. But per se, the consequence will come back. Now you would not even remember what you thought 30 years back. So if this effect is negative, then you wonder, oh, I have not done anything, why is this happening to me? If that effect is positive, you feel, oh, I'm so lucky. Actually, there is nothing called luck. Whether it is good luck or bad luck, there is nothing like that. If you understand the law of karma, you will remove the word luck from your mental dictionary. When there is an effect and you don't know the cause, you call it luck. If the effect is positive, you say good luck. When the effect is negative, you say bad luck. But the fact of life is that there can be no effect without a cause, and there can be no cause without an effect. This is the chakra, the cause and effect chakra. So here he has given the powerful chakra of yajna, which fundamentally rules this universe. Whatever yajna chakra which he had explained in the last couple of verses, now that is already existing in this universe. Beings, they come from food. Food comes from rain. Rain comes from yajna. Yajna comes from karma. Karma comes from Brahman. Brahman comes from Akshara, imperishable. And Akshara comes from Sarvagatam Brahma, that is the all-pervading reality. And Brahma, the Sarvagatam Brahma, is resting in karma, in yajna. And yajna is coming from karma, and who is performing that karma? Again, beings. So this yajna chakra is already happening in the world. It has been, that wheel has been set in motion, the cosmic wheel of yajna. Yajna chakra is a cosmic chakra. That has been set in motion by the Creator. So now you have to do certain things in order to benefit from that yajna chakra. Unless you get into that cycle, you will not benefit. See, this is something which you need to understand. The combination, two words he uses, pravartitam chakram, and then he says anuvartati. So pravartitam means that wheel which was set in motion by the Creator, by God, by the Infinite. Anuvartayati, as I told you, derived from the root dhatu vrit, which means to turn. So you have to turn the wheel. And he has used vartayati in a causative form. See, the vrit itself means to turn and to choose. Further, vartayati means to cause to turn. Means you are the cause or you are the creator of your life. The Supreme Creator has created the entire universe. Now you are the creator of your mini universe. So the cosmic wheel is in motion, but you need to put your individual wheel in motion and align it with the cosmic wheel. Only then you will reap the benefits. Only then your life will get transformed. So Anuvartayati means you become the cause for your life. Everything which is happening in your life is not happening by chance. Directly or indirectly, you are only the cause. See, it's a very powerful word, anuvartayati. This question is there in many people's mind. Sometimes, you see, in the scriptures it is said, God does everything. Now, if you ask me, is that true? Yes. But elsewhere it is also said, you have a free will. So, how do you reconcile these two? If something is happening in my life, is God responsible or am I responsible? The mind will want to put the responsibility on God, especially when something negative is happening. Immediately, your mind will want to say, see, I am such a nice person, but I don't know why God is punishing me. There are many people who say that. Why? Because here and there they have heard somebody saying that God is only responsible for everything. So these two words actually give you a clear-cut answer. God is the ultimate creator who has created these cosmic cycles. That is the meaning of pravartitam. And even in your life individually, the individual cycles have also been created by God. The wheel has been created. But whether you move that wheel or not, that is in your hands. That is the free will. The system has been created by God. But what you do with that system, that depends on you. Anuvartayati. So, is something negative is happening, is God responsible? See, to use that word responsible is not correct. Does God have a part to play? Yes. Because He has only created this entire chakra, the various cycles. Without that, what is going would have never come back to you. In that sense, God is responsible. To use the word responsible is not correct here. God has a part to play. Whereas the direct cause of whatever is happening in your life is you. You have created that karma, action, which has now come back to you as the consequence, which is also called karma. So it all depends on from what angle that statement is being made. When the ego gets boosted up, oh, I have done some this, I have achieved this. These yogis say, Arey, don't take all the credit. Surrender it to that Supreme. Because without the cosmic cycles running, how can you do anything? But then the mind starts becoming lazy. You start shifting the responsibility and blame of your life to God. I will stop putting in any effort because anyway God is only the ultimate creator. So let me just sit and relax. Let me not do the right things. Then the yogis say, no, anuvartayati. You are the cause, direct cause. You have a free will. You have the power to choose. So this is how, as a sadhak, you can use these two principles of pravartitam and anuvartayati to progress in life. Whenever the ego shoots up, remind yourself of Pravartitam, the supreme creator who has created these cosmic cycles, this, who has laid down these laws of life. And whenever you find that you stop putting in effort or you're getting into a blame game, then use this principle anuvartayati. No, I have a part here. So I have to put in my efforts. I need to choose. Anuvartayati. So if you're able to combine these two, pravartitam and anuvartayati, and apply this in your life, you will achieve tremendous success in this world. That is the worldly success. Because when you put an effort, that will come back to you. The right kind of effort. See, putting it in a causative sense has one more implication. That is, you don't do things mechanically. You do it with full awareness. See, whether you're aware or not, you are the creator of your life, the direct cause. Today, you're generating thoughts, you're generating emotions, you're generating your actions, your speech, everything, without knowing the consequence. As a sadhak, as you start doing the tapas, the sadhana, you will become fully aware. So consciously, you will start creating whatever it is that you want. This is how this wisdom empowers you. Whether it's a 22-day program or now we're going to have the Yoga Sankirtan course. Now, why are we calling it empowerment? Empowerment means that power is being given to you, the power to create your life in the way you want it to be. Of course, if your motives are negative, that power will be withdrawn. That is how the Guru Shakti will function. But if there is no sadhana, then there is if it is used negatively, that will start giving negative results. So one has to be very careful. So you will achieve tremendous worldly success when you apply this principle of anuvartayati. Your sankalpa shakti will grow through regular sadhana. Every yogi, he gets the sankalpa shakti, the power to materialize. But the danger is the ego also can come and get boosted. So when the ego gets boosted, one day it will cause that person's downfall. That is what happened to people like Ravana, who had done a lot of tapas, lot of sadhana. He did enormous amount of tapas to gain those powers. But he used that to harm others. He used that to merely boost his ego. So one day that cause, it became the cause for his downfall. In our Puranic stories, you see, all the negative characters, they would have done a lot of tapas. That is how they get those powers. The sadhana they would have done. That means they would have put in a lot of effort in that direction. Sometimes we criticize, no, how a negative person is very successful because he has put in effort. But one day that fall will happen. When, we cannot say. It all depends upon the power of the efforts which they have put. But simultaneously, when the ego is also getting boosted, that will overtake all the good things which you have done at some point of time. So, on one hand, as you keep achieving the worldly success, when you start doing the Yoga Sankirtan Sadhana, you start attending these Sunday sessions, a lot of wonderful things will start happening in your life. Many blocks will get removed. Things which you are finding it so difficult to achieve will become so easy now. You'll start attracting a lot of wealth. You'll start attracting wonderful relationships. Whatever relationships you're having, you will start enjoying those relationships. So, and in your career, you will start achieving all your goals. So, when that happens, this is the danger, the ego. So, how do you ensure that you achieve worldly success on one hand, but you never allow the ego to rise? The secret is in bringing in this other principle of pravartitam. So, whatever success you get, now attribute it to the higher. Internally, be always grateful to that supreme power, pravartitam. Evam pravartitam chakram. Because without that supreme power, this wheel itself wouldn't have been there. And if that wheel hadn't been there, the chakra wasn't there, then what would I have used to create? So when you achieve worldly success and then apply this pravartitam side by side, the ego gets subdued. It slowly goes away from your system. So as you are becoming a great achiever in the world, you will also start growing spiritually. That is when you can say you're a true sadhak. When you get the capacity to achieve whatever you want externally, but at the same time, no ego whatsoever internally. Your focus is always on the infinite. Then you're a true sadhak. You're in the path of yoga. So, pravartitam anuvartayati. So, where is the emphasis? Is it on pravartitam or anuvartayati? Is it on God or is it on you? Should I put effort or should I surrender everything to God? You should do both. It is only the context which will matter. When you have to put an effort, the emphasis is on you. When the ego rises, the emphasis should shift on God. See, once you understand this principle, it's very easy to practice. The problem is that the force of the ego is so strong that it doesn't allow you to think. It comes and clouds your thinking. Sometimes great achievers, I have seen them attribute their success to their teachers or mentors. It's very interesting. They practice this unconsciously. There are many people who, achieve great heights, but they are very simple people. They are practicing the same principle of pravartitam and anuvartayati unconsciously. Now, as a sadhak, when you learn this principle and when you start practicing it consciously, now you can achieve this amazing combination of external success and spiritual success, inner spiritual success. So from this moment onwards, stop complaining in life. When this entire chakra, the Yajna chakra has been created for you, what is there to complain? You only have to start that wheel in your life. Sir, from where should I start? I don't even know. That's why I told you the different dimensions I gave you, no? Circle means no beginning, no end. You can join anywhere you want. Whatever inspires you, take it up. Start practicing. We saw that various thing, no? Overcoming the tamas. The wheel should be set in motion. The dynamism, the direction, forward or backward. All these things you need to check. Are you consistent in your efforts? Cycle means consistently, that is repeating itself. It is not a one-time motion. It is a continuous motion. So the Pravartitam Chakram means the Creator has set these laws for you. Anuvartayati, you have been given the power to choose. So why don't you choose the positive things? Why don't you choose positive thoughts, positive emotions, positive speech, positive words, positive actions, and start creating your life? But you will not do that. The mind likes to complain, It wants to avoid all this. It is high time that you take the responsibility for your life. If you want to truly master the law of karma, if you want to become a karma yogi, see, when I say you want to become a karma yogi, then what about jnana bhakti? Don't ask that. If you want to become a yogi, you'll have to do karma, bhakti and jnana, everything has to be combined. So becoming a yogi using karmas, we can put it that way. See, anything which is said, it can be misunderstood. So if you want to become a yogi, what should you do? You should start taking charge of your life. If something negative is happening, don't blame anyone or anything. Let all that be there. What should I do now? What are the thoughts, emotions, action, speech which I need to change? If something positive is happening, immediately don't allow your ego to take over. Oh, wonderful! I'm on the right track. So you bow down to that supreme divinity, offer gratitude, and you move on. So whenever you complain, your energies are getting wasted. Observe, no? See, when you have those complaints, after a while you'll become very tired. Your mind will become so tired. So the cosmic wheel is already in motion. Now you have been given the choice of action. If you use that power of choice and choose wisely, that is, once you make a start and then you set the direction, which is the positive direction, thereafter, what will happen if you're consistent in your efforts? You will align your actions, your energies to the cosmic energy. Your individual wheel will start mimicking that cosmic wheel. It will get aligned. And when that happens, you will find that the whole of nature will come and support you. Whatever you found was difficult initially, once you pass that initial testing phase, now you will find everybody coming and supporting you. You will get help from unexpected sources. You will start attracting more and more positive things in your life. The entire universe is rotating, is revolving for you only. If you make use of it in the right sense, now you can reap all the benefits. So always look into yourself. What kind of thoughts am I generating? What kind of emotions? What kind of speech? What kind of actions? It's easy to blame others. Don't take that easy way out. When it comes to yourself, I wouldn't say blame yourself. Blaming yourself is also not correct. Take responsibility of your life. So there's a difference between blaming yourself and taking responsibility on yourself. Whatever is happening to me today, I am the cause. I may know it today, I may not know it, I may have forgotten. See, you don't even remember what you did yesterday. Supposing I were to ask you 17 hours before, right now you're watching this, right? 17 hours before, at that particular time, what thought were you having in your mind? Do you remember? You will not remember. So what you did 10 minutes back, what you were thinking also you will not remember. What did I say 10 minutes back? You will rewind in that video only and tell me. So when you don't even remember what happened just a while ago, where are you going to remember what all you did right from early childhood, what all thoughts you had, emotion? And then our yogis go very deep, past births. If you bring in past births into the picture, now the whole thing becomes so complicated. So never complain of bad luck or this person is harming, that person is harming. Let all that be there. Some people blame the planets. Planets have no role in terms of causing things to happen. See, even if you take astrology, now what are they saying? They are only reading your karmas through planetary movements. The planets are not the cause. Your karmas only are the cause. If you have done these actions, now these, you will be born when the planets are in a particular position. So through the planetary positions, they are reading your karmas. So the solution there is not to appease the planets as many people are thinking. Pariharam, they say, appease of planet. That is a temporary thing. The real solution isn't changing your karmas. This is the yogic astrology. The yogic astrology helps you to become a creator of your life. So always look into your thoughts, emotions, speech and words. That is the power which has been given to you. You have the power to choose your actions. You have the power to choose your speech. You have the power to choose your emotions. You have the power to choose your thoughts. Today you may say, sir, my anger is going out of my control. That's because you have not trained yourself, but you have the power. Sir, who wants negative emotion? They are coming on their own. That's because initially you chose the negative things and now they are slipping. They are going out of your control. Start doing sadhana. Gain control over yourself. Gain mastery over your own mind and thus master your life. Pravartitam anuvartayati. What a brilliant combination, Sometimes it amazes me how these people have, understood life in such a deep way. See, just to unravel these mysteries, to absorb this, we are spending so much of time and effort. But just imagine the person, these great yogis who have given out this wisdom, just like that. He says, Evam pravartitam chakram na anuvartayati ihaya. Just like that, casually he is mentioning. But when you go into it, it's so deep. So this is the wheel of yajna which you need to follow in your life. What I see, so there is a small thing. In the previous verse, he said the all-pervading Brahman is resting on yajna. But you should not forget yajna is coming from karma. Karma means what? Just now I told you. Your actions, your everything. Whatever you're doing at all levels of your personality and the consequences which you're getting. So you go a little more deeper and start taking care of your karma in totality. See, the law of karma is not a, what do we say, a passive belief. It is not a belief actually. If you really go into it and see, it is only talking about the law of cause and effect. So, this is the cosmic wheel and how he is telling you how you can use it. Then what he says is that Yaha, whoever it may be, one who does not follow the revolving wheel, thus set here, na anuvartayati, which means the cosmic wheels are always functioning. The Creator has done his part. Now, whether you want to use it to your advantage or whether you want to use it to your disadvantage, that is a choice which has been given to you. So, if something goes wrong, who is directly responsible? It is you, because the system has been set. Now, it is up to you to use that system effectively. So, if you fail to follow this revolving wheel which has already been set here, then what happens? Sinful is this. Aghayuhu means such a person lives in sin. Agham. Agha means sinful. The whole life becomes so sinful. Now, what it means we'll see. Ayuhu means living. So, number one, sinful. Number two, indriyaramaha means delighting in the senses, means completely caught up with the senses, no control whatsoever, no, leading a slavish life, no mastery. Such a person, he lives in vain. Saha jivati mogham. Mogham means in vain. Oh, Partha. So, why is he saying in vain? Because as a human being, you have such a great potential and you don't live up to your potential. He says, oh, you have wasted your life, It's a very powerful fillip he is giving if you take it in the right spirit. It's not, see, even though it looks like it's a very negative language, sinful, vain, your whole life is, it's not in that spirit he's saying. Sometimes people, they have no solutions. They'll simply just put you down. You are having a lot of problems. You made so many mistakes. Poch, ellam pochu. Everything has gone. Useless, waste. Some people, they say, now, you should be careful when you get these WhatsApp messages and all that. Early in the morning, you open it. Some fellow will send you some message. Something negative would have happened, that bank in Kenya was robbed. Something like that will be there. Or some accident happened in some part. Two brothers fought and, they injured each other. Something like that. Now, this is just negative language without any solution. That is not the spirit here. See, the difference between a yogi and a negative person is that a negative person is merely talking negatively without any solutions. A yogi actually tells you, listen, as a word of caution, if you take this path, it is dangerous. But he provides solutions. That is what he has provided. No, pravartitam anuvartayati. Pravartitam chakram. When the moment you understand that law, that is a solution. You have to now use it to your advantage. So this is not a pessimistic language. Actually, it is a solution-oriented approach. He is only defining the problem, but simultaneously he is giving you the solution. So in life, it is not that if something negative happens, no, you should merely talk positive. Say positive doesn't mean you just psych yourself up and start denying if there is any negative consequence happening in your life. Some people do that. In the name of positive thinking, they will be facing a lot of financial issues. In some seminar, they'll go and they'll tell them, just suggest to yourself, I'm rich, I'm rich. So they'll keep saying, I'm rich, I'm rich. Deep down, they don't have that belief at all. Long back it happened, one man came to me and said, sir, I tried this positive thinking because you said in the lecture, you have to think positively. It's not worked. I said, what happened? He said, I had a lot of debts. I have even now. Now I kept telling myself, I am rich, I am a millionaire, I am a multimillionaire. And what happened? My debts have increased. Earlier, it was several lakhs. He said, now that has got doubled or tripled also. So I could see that there was a discrepancy or a mismatch in the energy, internal energy. So what I told him is, okay, you do one thing. Right now, you close your eyes and just do some deep breathing, go within. Now and then start telling yourself, I am rich mentally. I am a multi-billionaire, whatever it is you're saying. As you're saying that, I want you to watch the reactions of your deeper mind, the subconscious mind and further deeper layers of your mind. He said, sir, how will I know subconscious mind? You don't worry, I'm giving you the healing. So that will take you with this energy, you will start going within. The meditativeness will happen naturally. That part you leave it to me. Just do what I'm saying. He said, yes. He closed his eyes. So as the healing was given, just within the first breath itself, he went very deep within and he got access to his deeper mind. So then I said, now start saying mentally, I'm rich, I'm a multimillionaire, whatever he was saying earlier. So he said that. And I said, now observe what your deeper mind is telling you. And he opened his eyes. He was shocked. I said, what happened? He said, sir, when I was telling I am a multimillionaire, my own mind, deeper mind, the subconscious mind was asking me, are you mad? Are you crazy? It was a very big revelation for him because he was just externally saying, I am rich, I am a multimillionaire. But his own mind was rejecting it. This is not positive thinking. This is just overlooking whatever problems you're having and trying to psych yourself up to believe that everything is going on fine. That will not work. Actually, it will compound the problems because you're trying to avoid your issues. You should have the courage to face your issues. If something negative happens, once you understand the law of karma, yes, whether I know it or not, certain negative causes, seeds I have sown, and now I am facing this. Let me face it. And let me now solve it. That is the spirit with which he is giving here. So, a yogi, a true yogi will not run away from issues or problems. When a problem comes, he will face it squarely and he will look for solutions. So, the same verse can inspire you tremendously when you understand the spirit with which he is making these statements. So, if you do not follow the revolving wheel set here, which means you have a choice. So, if you don't exercise the choice properly, then agayuhu. Agayuhu means your whole life will become sinful. So, aga means sin. What do we mean sin? See, from a spiritual point of view, the glorious life which is attuned to that infinite supreme reality, that when it is missed out, it is called a spiritual sin. Living in that state of 100% purity, in that infinite state, that is your birthright. When you fall from that, then that is called sin. So when you're caught up with your issues and you lose sight of your infinite nature, all your infinite powers become dormant. They say it is a spiritual sin, agha. Not only that, agha also means mishap, misfortune, accidents, misfortune. So when you are not in touch with your infinite powers, then what happens? Your energy field becomes negative. Then you start attracting more and more negative energy into your life. That is what you call as misfortune. Who is the ultimate cause? It is you only. See, that is where the solution lies. So in this verse, he has very carefully made that construction. Before he is talking about the negative results, he first introduces this pravartitam and anuvartayati to you. Means he is first telling you, you have a choice, you are the creator of your life, everything. And then he is giving the negative effects. Without this, if he had straight away given the negative effects, then your mind would have absorbed or interpreted that in a negative way. So, agha, sinful, which is the spiritual sin, that is when you don't realize your infinite potential, these yogis consider it as a very big sin spiritually. And your energy pattern becomes so negative and you start attracting negative incidents into your life, which is also called agha. In normal language, you say misfortune, bad luck, a mishap, all that, Agha also means pain, suffering. So when the energy field becomes negative, you go through a lot of pain, lot of suffering. Agha means pain, suffering. It also means grief, distress. So suffering can be pain at the physical level or it can be grief, distress at the mental level. All that is what he means by agha. We have translated it as sin. But there is so much of meaning. That is, your whole life becomes negative thereafter. And who has created this negative energy? It is you. How? By not following that cosmic wheel which has been set. So now, what should I do? Set the wheel in motion. When? Right now. All that I've already covered. That's why I covered that first. So before, when we come to the negative things, side by side, I'm also giving you the solutions. You can easily correlate and start moving in the positive direction. So in life, you should ensure that you never get into the state of agha. The interesting part is, he says, aghayuhu. Ayuhu means living. It means living, going, or moving, movement. Means every movement in your life, which means everything which happens in your life is surrounded by agha, negative energy. Thereafter, whatever you think, whatever you feel, whatever you say, whatever you do, everything will start becoming negative. See, this is the negative wheel. I told you the cosmic wheel is there, but depending on whether you set the wheel in motion forward or backward, that will have its consequences. So when this wheel is rotated backwards, then it sets a lot of negative energy. When the same wheel of cause and effect is rotated forwards, it starts giving you a lot of positive energy. Here it's negative energy, there it's positive energy. So when you rotate the wheel backwards, then your entire life, every aspect of your life will become agha, filled with negativity. And thereafter you will start attracting such people into your life who will keep talking negative things. When somebody comes and talks positive to such a person, that person will feel very uncomfortable. Some people keep on complaining. And if you try to talk positively to them, they'll get disturbed. You are not understanding my problem, they'll say. Your problem is universal problem. Everybody has their own sets of problems. But your ego makes your mind believe that no. My problem is the biggest problem. What is the big achievement in that? By saying that I am only the worst sufferer. I know a man who keeps saying that, நான் கஷ்டப்பட்ட மாதிரி யாருமே கஷ்டப்படுவாங்க. Means the way I have struggled, nobody in the world would have ever struggled. What is the big achievement in that? See, if you have done something positive, then you can say. So you should be careful about this. The wheel, if it starts revolving backwards, it can fill you with agha. And once that agha, that is the negative energy, starts setting in your life, see, agha has so many dimensions. It means sin, misfortune, mishap. It means actually bad. That is negative. Fault. It also means crime. See, when the negative energy increases, then you may even do things, very harmful things, no? That is what is meant by crime, evil. Agha means evil. Means you destructive thoughts, destructive emotions. Your motives will become destructive. It may be to your own dear partner in your life. Sometimes when in a family, when I see a husband and wife quarreling, when they are caught up with that anger and that emotion, negative emotion, for 1 second they forget that, "Arey, it is my own partner." They start cursing the other partner mentally. See, when you are at the mercy of your mind, the negative emotion can really, really make your life miserable. That is what he's talking about when he says aghayuhu. Your whole life will be filled with negative energy. You have to be very careful. Once you get into that negative cycle, the same law of karma which is meant for you to use and progress now will start working in the reverse direction for you. See, many people think karma means negative. No, karma is a neutral word only. It can be positive or negative. See, generally what happens is when a person faces any issue, they say, "Yalla because of karma." Ah, my karma is only. They think karma itself is a negative word. No. When that is surrounded by agha, negative energy, then only it is negative. But when it is surrounded with positive energy, which we are going to see in the next verse, then that is so uplifting. The same karmas can give you happiness. The same karmas where, the spiritual karmas which you do can take you right up to the infinite, can take you to the state where you go beyond karmas, beyond these cycles. So, here one is agha, which is the negative energy, and the other is ayuhu. So, that is where you need to be careful. Whenever you get a negative thought or negative emotion, you will have to be very careful, because if you allow it, it will quickly start spreading into every aspect of your life. So that is why our yogis say that you should nip it in the bud. See, the construction, aghayuhu actually gives you the solution also. He's saying be careful. A negative cycle, when it started, that will quickly spread. So stop that cycle with awareness. So you may ask me how. That's why I've simplified it and given you a very simple method. Whenever you face some issue, let's say you're disturbed, now you have to first become aware of your disturbance. That is the real challenge. The mind takes you for a ride and you're not even aware of what's happening. So as you do your daily sadhana, your awareness will increase. So right when the negative thought or negative emotion starts surfacing, an advanced sadhak will be able to spot it. And then what should you do when you're disturbed? Whenever you get a little time, or you find time, I would say, just sit for a few minutes. Close your eyes and connect to that Guru Shakti. Ask for help. Please help me to release this agha. Agha is a general word, negative energy, we can say. Help me to release this. And then start doing the deep breathing. With full awareness, allow that emotion or thought to surface, but you just do the deep breathing. So help will come. Guru Shakti is always at work. And within a few minutes, you will find that will get released. One round will get released. Then you continue with your work. Every day in your sadhana, when you're doing the Yoga Sankirtan sadhana, as you start going deep, the cleansing process will start. Then the agha which you have stored within you will all start coming out. Little by little, it will come out. You may get some memories of the past, some thoughts, some emotions. What should you do? Just do the deep breathing, allow and release it. See, the trick is in releasing. Once you learn that art, thereafter you'll find that your sadhana will take a different turn altogether. In the coming Yoga Sankirtan Empowerment course, again, this is the process which you will be doing in a very intense way. Whatever aga, the negative energy you have stored at different levels, will all get released. That is the empowerment course all about. To do it on your own is possible, but very difficult, and it will take a long time. So we are speeding up the whole process through these empowerment courses. Like we had the Sambandha Divya Vignan. Now in that, all the negative energy associated with relationships, the emotions, all that were released. And then the material also have been, the sadhana material was made available to you, so that you can on a continuous basis, regular basis, keep releasing those negative factors. So one is having negative energy, agha, other is aghayuhu, allowing that negative energy to gather momentum and spread into all the aspects of life. That is what you need to be careful about. So aghayuhu means living in sin. The negative energy has spread to all the aspects of life. So take this up as a homework. Whenever you're facing any issue, something is disturbing you, or you're having some financial issue, or in your work front, or relationship, whatever it is, instead of blaming others, now just start reflecting. What is the energy pattern, agha, which is causing this? The negative energy pattern within me. How will you know what is the negative energy pattern? You will have to observe your actions, speech, emotions and thoughts. This is a very powerful sadhana, the study of oneself. Swadhyaya means swa-adhyaya, studying about oneself. That's why a great Siddha, when he was asked, have you read a lot of scriptures and all that? He said, no. Then how to become spiritual? How did you become spiritual? He said, simple. I was the book and I was the reader. He said, I am the book. And who is the reader who's reading this book? I am only the reader. Swadhyaya. So you can use this principle to examine your own self. So especially in areas where there are a lot of issues. Now, when you do the simple self-examination and when you locate the agha factor within you, then what should you do? Do the sadhana and release that. That's why the sadhana materials have been given to you, no? Whenever there are empowerment programs, why should you attend that? So that whatever agha which you have been accumulating, not merely in this birth, for janmas, many births, that's an opportunity where the master is providing, where you can come, do the intense sadhana with the higher blessings and release all that and go. So do this small amount. Take up some area where that is really bothering you and see what is the energy pattern. How is your mind functioning in that situation? What kind of emotions are you generating? What kind of thoughts? What kind of speech? And then do the sadhana. The divine energy will flow into your life. The Guru Shakti will guide you, and you will be able to release the agha factors, the negative factors. And when those negative factors are released, you will find that that problem will vanish. The situation will change for the better. Okay? So we'll stop with that. Next week we'll go into the other aspects also, which is talking about Indriya Aramaha and then Mogham Jivati. What all that means, and we are not merely seeing the negative aspect, but we are also, I'm giving you the sadhana message which we can derive, so that you don't simply say, oh, agha, negative, you leave it at that. No. Everything in this yogic approach, we convert it to our advantage, convert it into positive. Okay. So now, before we do the Nididhyasana meditation, I will take up one question. This is not exactly a question. It's an experience which a sadhak has shared regarding this upcoming Yoga Sankirtan Empowerment course. So it's quite, I'm reading that to you because it will inspire you, and also there are certain things which I want to pinpoint here. So, dear Yogishri, wanted to share an amazing experience. I had intense healing as I was reading about the upcoming course. That is, as I was reading the various points which were mentioned. So, certain issues about my finance got resolved after that. The very next day, I got a promotion in workplace with a 60% hike in salary. So happy for you, sir. Even all the other sadhaks, when you hear something like this, you should feel so happy. 60% hike in salary is a real miracle only, no? So this is truly unbelievable for me. My sincere gratitude to you. Actually, words fall short beyond this, sir. A few other things also is written, but this part. So now, before I come to the thing about your reading about the course, first thing is you have said this is truly unbelievable for me. My request is don't say that. You put it in writing also. See, our mind always believes in the negative. When something positive happens, we say, oh, unbelievable. I can't believe this. Why do you need to say that? Supposing you have a lot of pain. Now you come for the healing course and the pain goes away. There are some sadhaks who said, 7 years I had this pain. It has gone now. Amazing. And then they say, I just can't believe this. Why do you have to say, I just can't believe this? Because your belief in pain is more. So why can't miracles happen in your life? Miracle doesn't mean producing a pigeon out of a hat. It's not that. The law of karma, it's not actually a miracle. See, what has happened is, see, you yourself have said, I had intense healing as I was reading, which means that agha, see, a lot of negative energy was stored, and due to that healing, the positivity burnt up all those negative factors. Result is the effect, whatever whether it's financial issue, this issue doesn't matter, but the result has come. So then why should you say it is truly unbelievable for me? So change your words, sir. Again, I am telling you, the speech, the action, everything which we do matters. So don't say that. Say, I accept this wonderful miracle which has happened. I accept this wonderful effect which has come in my life. Instead of saying it is unbelievable, oh my God, I can't believe it. When something positive happens, don't say that. Because your words have so much of power. So this is one thing. The other thing is about reading about the upcoming course. That's a very good thing. See, once you register, every day the healing energy, the preparatory healing energy is being sent to you. Now, when I was scanning all your energies, what I could see is many of you have registered, but you have not even read about the course. See, that is good as a sadhak. I understand your spirit. The course and all these things, the name of the course, all these things really do not matter. And empowerment means the master is there, the energy transfer is going to happen. Doesn't matter what the course is, I will just register, I'll come and do that. Do the intense sadhana. This is your spirit. That is good only. But that doesn't mean you need to skip reading about the course, because every word which is given there has a lot of power. So what I would suggest is, even after you have registered for the course, read those details as many times as possible before you attend the course. It'll be of very great help to you. See, when you see what has been written in the course, this title itself, the line, infuse divine energy. That's what we are talking about. See, the moment now we have read agayuhu, that is spreading of negative energy, right? So infuse divine energy. Now, as you do, you absorb that power with which these words have been written. Now, that itself will cause a tremendous healing to you. Build mental strength. So it will prepare you so much before you come for the course. It will speed up the healing process. Incidentally, it will make my work also more easy. It's a small thing which you can do to reduce my workload, no? Small effort. And then yoga, sankirtan, meditation and self-healing empowerment. See, that itself inspires you, no? The sacred yoga, sankirtan, meditation, sadhana, which our great yogis and siddhas have practiced. Now I'm going to get the empowerment for that. And if you see the picture also, it's very beautifully designed. The golden lotus and divine energy spreading from that, how beautifully it is there. And then, want to keep your mind calm and composed, whatever be the challenge in front of you. See, take it as a personal conversation. The master is actually talking to you. Then the whole complexion of this will change. So that is the secret to a yogic life. The ancient Yoga Sankirtan meditation gives you exactly this. I'm only reading from the website, the details have been given, no? I'm only reading that. So you should read it. And then the course highlights are there. Intense healing of the body and mind is going to happen. All blocks are going, to remove all the blocks and achieve success. So I would say at least once a day, go through this with that bhavana, like how I am reading it for you. And then the course details, the day 1, Mahaganapati Dhyana Empowerment, awaken the energy of success. So your mind will become more and more focused on this. Om Saravana Bhava Dhyanam, connect to the energy of dynamism and achievement. Nirvana Shatkam Empowerment, experience the inner explosive silence. Shri Hari Dhyana Empowerment, experience the power of Vishnu Yoga Nidra. Maha Shiva Dhyana Empowerment, experience the inner energy of multi-dimensional purification. Shri Hanumat Dhyana Empowerment, unleash your inner powers. See how powerful it is. So, even for this course, when you come down about Yogishri, that is okay, But the point is, even before coming to the course, when you read this on a daily basis, a lot of healing, because already every day I'm sitting and giving you all the healing, the preparatory healing. Once you register and commit, you deserve to receive that. So you can enhance that healing energy by focusing on the course, getting attuned to the master. Okay, so as a part of the preparation, you do that. Read it with that bhavana. Bhavana is about not mechanically. Infuse divine energy, build mental strength. Okay, what is the next? Want to keep your mind calm and not like that, but with that bhavana, infuse divine energy. You will literally start feeling the divine energy flowing into your life. So this is how you need to use all these things to your advantage. Simply just mechanically registering and then forgetting about it. Everything now, Yogishri, you take care of me. It's not like that. You have to play an active role in these empowerment programs. Okay, so we should be very grateful to that sadhak who has given his experience to us, because that immediately triggered a response from me, and I could give you so many wonderful principles, Okay. So now we'll do Nididhyasana meditation. Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. With every breath, I am becoming more and more relaxed. Feel the divine vibrations.
With every breath, I am going deeper and deeper within myself. Beyond this physical body, beyond these various emotions and thoughts, lies my real self, the infinite supreme reality. From this moment onwards, I choose to become the creator of my life. I choose the flow of divine energy into my life. I am Swayam Prakashit, self-illuminating. Offer your gratitude
to God Supreme, offer your gratitude to your Guru and all the holy masters. Wriggle your fingers, your toes, open and close your palms a few times. Rub your palms together to create a warmth. And cup your eyes with your palms. Gently rub your eyes, your cheeks, forehead, the top of your head, the back of your head, your neck, and slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. So we had a very powerful session today. These principles can create such wonderful effects in your life. Absorb them fully in your mind. And the whole week you should keep reflecting on whatever was said during that week session. It's not that just once a week session. The remaining 6 days is for your reflection. Then you will find a lot of spiritual growth happening with tremendous speed also. Okay. And the Yoga Sankirtan Empowerment course, which we are going to have from 23rd of March, it's going to be so powerful. Already people who have registered, you've all started receiving tremendous energy. So as I told you, you put in some effort from your side. When you read about the course and when you get more inspired, that will prepare you more. And a lot of healing will happen. See, like that sadhak who has given, just by reading that, that person received so much of healing. So anything is possible really. And daily sadhana is a must. See, the best of the best is being given to you. These empowerments are so powerful. But what you receive, how much you receive, that depends on what kind of sincerity you're having. How much of efforts are you putting? Okay. So I'll see you in the next session. We'll proceed with the verse further. Thank you very much. Hari Om.